but it wasn't done. I'm happy that either they have awarded it or it's in the pipeline, always a political statement. But this time, I don't think it's in the pipeline. It has come out of pipeline. So I would like to appeal to Mr. President to try and, at least for once, now that he's cleaning Ogoni land, he should make sure that that road is cleared. And I won't forget to appeal to him too, that trailer park and oil mill, which was part of the East-West Road, should be completed. The Ogoni people are suffering. I know he will do it because he has done it for me before. Thank you for all of you for coming, and we are very peaceful people. You know why we are peaceful? When it is time for Ogoni people to fight, they can kill themselves. But they love strangers. So if you are here today, feel free, be happy, rejoice with us, and please, Mr. Federal Government, we want more things to come to Ogoni land. We have suffered a lot. God bless all of you.
Please put your hands together for him. And while he moves to his seat, while he goes back to his seat, may I invite the Managing Director of Shell and Country Chair Shell Companies in Nigeria, Mr. Osagi Okumbo. Mr. Osagi Okumbo. Please put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. All speakers after now will only take 2 minutes. Please, 2 minutes. Summarize whatever address or speech you have. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented here by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibajo, SAN, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Imo State, our host minister, the Honorable Minister for Environment, other ministers here present for the Niger Delta, Information, Budget and Planning, and Ministers of State for Environment and Minister of State for Health, Your Royal Majesty King Giniwa, members of the National Assembly here present, presidents of MOSOP and Cargote, my colleague, Managing Director of Nigerian Agip and Total, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors of the Netherlands and Norway, Executive Director of UNEP, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria, Operators Joint Venture, I would like to express our profound appreciation to Mr. President and the federal government for the opportunity for renewed action on the implementation of the UNEP report recommendations on Ogoni land. My schedule as MD of SPDC and country chair of the Shell Companies in Nigeria since I took over just over a year ago has been heavily dominated by consultations and workshops on the implementation of this important report, even more so when Mr. President assumed office and subsequently when the current Minister for Environment assumed office. I'm therefore very pleased that these efforts have come to fruition today. The NNPC SPDC joint venture welcomes the leadership shown by Mr. President in prioritizing the implementation of the UNEP report recommendations. This includes actions taken in the last 6 months of his administration as spearheaded by the Minister of Environment. I recall that the Minister has held wide-ranging consultations and visited Ogoni land, as we've heard today, several times to pave the way for today's event. I want to thank you, Madam Minister. We are encouraged by the positive and constructive response from representatives of the communities, UNEP, NGOs, and civil society during recent stakeholder engagements initiated by the Minister. These and other engagements and consultations are in recognition of the federal government's role as the lead multi-stakeholder coordinator to implement the UNEP report recommendations. I want to assure Mr. President that the SPDC joint venture remains committed to actively participating along with other stakeholders to ensure that the cleanup is embarked on as soon as possible. This includes the SPDC JV's commitment, repeated by all the JV partners in various fora, to contributing our share of the Environmental Restoration Fund. And we work with the Minister and other stakeholders to finalize the appropriate governance and funding structures. This is in keeping with our belief that the UNEP report offers a good opportunity for all stakeholders, government, communities, NGOs, and international oil companies to work together and drive for real change on environmental issues in Ogoni land and the wider Niger Delta. This collaboration is key to the realization of the ideals of the reports as UNEP itself acknowledged in 2011. I would like to end these brief remarks by reiterating the NNPC-SPDC joint venture looks forward to working with all stakeholders on the implementation of the UNEP report's recommendations, and I wish to thank the federal government for its efforts in steering us on this important journey so far. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for him for Shell. Shell is now born again. Amen? 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 God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker is from the UNEP, United Nations Environment Program, Mr. Achim Steiner. From UNEP. 2 minutes, remember, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Thank you.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Nigeria, represented today by His Excellency, the Vice President, Osinbajo, Your Excellency Ezembo Wike, the Governor of Rivers State, Your Excellency Amina Mohammed, Minister of Environment of Nigeria, His Royal Highness King Ginewa, the Paramount King of Ogoniland, Honorable Ministers, traditional leaders, elders, ladies and gentlemen, and the great people of Ogoni. It is my honor and pleasure to be here today, and I must confess to you that I did not think that this day would come, because for many years, and you for even longer, have been waiting for this day. A day in which finally we do not only talk and write and study and document decades of destruction, of neglect, of environmental degradation and human suffering, but we begin to do something about it. I want to pay tribute to the many leaders in your community, in the government of Nigeria, and in particular also former President Obasanjo, because when he invited UNEP originally to join the effort of trying to document and also come up with a plan for cleaning up Ogoniland and ultimately the Niger Delta, it was a very difficult choice to make. Divisions were very strong. Trust did not exist. And for a United Nations Environment Program to do its work, these are the foundations. I'm very proud to say that we stand before you today and are grateful for the trust and confidence that you have shown in UNEP. To read about the UNEP report in Nigeria's media, to drive along the street this morning and to see the posters refer to the UNEP report, and to see many of you wearing T-shirts and refer to the UNEP report, means that together we have done our job. We have provided you, the people of Ogoni, the government, the oil industry, and indeed the international community, with a document that spells out what has happened, quite how drastic the consequences have been, how much worse they are compared to what many thought, and how long it will take to try and restore this. Let me say that in the United Nations family, we are committed to stand by the government of Nigeria, by the people of Ogoni, and together with the partners in the SPDC also, to ensure that what is promised today, what is flagged off today, is truly something that everybody can be held accountable for. For me personally, it is also a journey that ends here, because